he ended up dying with me praying on him.
Oh my gosh, and you got a busy signal when you called 911. Did they ever catch? Yeah, go ahead.
I got a recording is what I got. I didn't get a person. I got a recording, and I felt like I was going to pass out when I couldn't get help.
That's awful.
And so I just, was trying to think what I could do at that point. And I was like, I got to get my car. I got to try to get him myself to the hospital. And so I just ran as fast as I could and was trying to do everything I could. But I was praying at the same time because I felt like I was going to lose my mind.
Did you ever catch the people? Did they ever catch the people who killed your nephew? This is an unbelievable story.
No, nothing. There's nothing. Nothing that we don't hear from the detectives. Nothing. There's just.
And these are the kind of cities that you stay in, where the governor or the mayor is trying to release these people back that have 23, 25 felonies with an arrest record of 30. You know, these are the kind of people that are running your cities, that are making decisions at a level they shouldn't be at. And then they're advocating against people like Trump trying to clean this mess. They're trying to clean it, dude. And you're sitting here like, no.
Nothing.
So it's clear that something.
The mental gymnastics is real, bro.
And more help is needed to make people safe in Portland. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel safe? And then like a week later, I heard gunshots, and I felt like I went to move, and all of a sudden I couldn't even move. It was like I was paralyzed.
Well, Amy, Loretta, we thank you so much for speaking out and telling us your stories, and we hope that something changes in the once beautiful city of Portland. We appreciate you joining us with your perspectives this morning.
So here we go. So we have another student that was unfortunately hurt real bad by a knife. So I guess whenever we get rid of the guns that protect us, we'll go ahead and get rid of the kitchen knives too.
Stabbed 14 times in a Georgia school gym last spring is now suing the school district. The mother of an 8th grade girl stabbed 14 times in a Georgia.
Let me play that again for you.
The mother of an 8th grade girl stabbed 14 times in a Georgia.
Let that sink in.
School gym last spring is now suing the school district for failing to prevent the brutal attack. The lawsuit alleges a school resource officer notified administrators of the school of a knife threat, but nothing was done. Let's bring in Ashley Wilson. She is the victim's mother and her attorney, Andrew Gold. Ashley, as a parent, I just can't imagine what you're going through.
I hope she bends that school over and ass fucks them into oblivion. I hope she gets so much money from them that she owns that goddamn place. I do. 100%.
Here with this happening to your daughter. My understanding is the background to all of this is that there was some online bullying directed to one of your daughter's friends. But what happened that day in the school gym?
My daughter had only been at school for about 15 minutes when she was walking to the gym class, and the attacker approached her, harassing her, and other teachers witnessed the harassment and the bullying and did nothing to prevent it. And that's when my daughter was jumped by 3 students, one of them being the girl with the weapon, and she was attacked brutally in the gym while teachers stood around and watched. It was all up to a courageous 13-year-old boy that stepped in and saved my daughter's life.
She was jumped by 3 students?
Yes, sir.
Was there any kind of a provocation, or did they just suddenly attack her?
See, this is the kind of shit that's going to be like the Carmelo Anthony incident where that boy stabbed that twin. Bro bled out in a guy's hands, and now you got a GoFundMe to help out this fucking murderer.
They were looking for the girl that was meant to be attacked.
Oh, my goodness.
So they just kind of decided to go with whoever?
Because my understanding of this is that there were multiple warnings to school administrators, at least one of them brought to administrators by the school resource officer, that the girl in question here had brought a knife to school and yet
What the hell's going on with these school systems? You got illegal immigrants that have prior arrests and for having illegal guns, and then they have them being deported with an illegal, like they have another illegal firearm. Apparently that dude that we covered, apparently he was a lot worse than what was let on. It wasn't just an arrest for having an illegal gun. Apparently he was a drug dealer, and he was a school superintendent making like over $100,000 a year. Like, what the hell's going on with the school system?
nothing was done.
That's correct. So the administrators of Ola Middle School were notified on March 14th that this student had a knife on campus. The police officer notified them that the student had a knife on campus. And the administrators did nothing. Despite their policies and procedures that they're required to investigate, they didn't do any investigation. They didn't go and check the student, and they didn't notify the parents of Ola Middle School students that the police officer had notified them of a child being on campus with a knife. Wow. And then the next day, they're again notified that the same student has a knife on campus, and again, do nothing. And as a result, Ashley's daughter is stabbed at least 14 times.
Well, this happened in Henry County, Georgia. I used to live in Atlanta.
Bro, she can't even keep a straight face. She's just crying thinking about it. That's awful.
Familiar with it.
No parent should have to go through this.
Superintendent of Schools Mary Elizabeth Davis said. Listen here.
As your superintendent, I accept the responsibility for creating systems that ensure students learn at high levels and that students have opportunities to succeed. But my first and most significant responsibility.
You know how this stops? You take the superintendents that were aware of the knife being on campus, and you charge them all with attempted murder or neglect. Give them like 5 to 10 years in prison. Make an example out of them. Seriously, make an example out of them. Put them in jail. That's how you get this to stop.
Responsibility is to ensure a safe school for every one of our nearly
really? You failed a student.
44,000 students.
No, your job is to just sit there and collect a paycheck. That's what you people want. Like that no child left behind policy. It's so easy to put a grade on a paper and collect a paycheck, right?
Ashley, she says her first and most significant responsibility is to ensure a safe school. That didn't happen in this case, despite warnings. What should have happened when administrators were notified that this young girl had a knife?
According to their handbook, they were supposed to act immediately. They were supposed to set out certain robocalls to alert parents of the threat. They were supposed to get the child,
and none of that happened.
Investigated, search. They were supposed to talk to other students, look at cameras, and they did nothing because there are cameras throughout the school. There's cameras in the buses. And once this attack occurred and they started looking in, that's when they found all the evidence of this child having this weapon on campus for a whole week prior to my daughter being attacked.
Unbelievable. I know it's been a long road back for your daughter. She's had to go through plastic surgery.
Crazy.
She's being homeschooled. Don't know if she ever.
Oh yeah, no. If I was that parent, there's no way in hell I'd put my kid back in public school. Fuck that. The best thing she can do is sue for enough money that child's never gonna have to work, and go from there. Honestly, that's honestly what I think.
To go back to a public school again. Ashley,
she needs to sue for enough money that her kid, and her kid's kids will never have to work again. Yeah, I've seen the see-through backpacks. I don't. I know that it helps, but I don't know if that's going to be like a foolproof plan to see through backpacks. I don't know enough about it. I mean, I like the idea behind it, but like, what's next whenever they start putting like knives and stuff on their person and then like, you know, Because they run backpacks through an x-ray machine for some schools. Yeah. It just kind of blows my mind that it's just sad. It really is. So apparently this 911 call sparked fury. Let's watch this.
We are signing an executive order aimed at reining in this out-of-control administration. The order establishes ICE-free zones. That means that city property and unwilling private businesses will no longer serve as staging grounds for these raids.
You are effectively going against federal order. You know this, right? You're going against federal orders. You're essentially telling the president of the United States to fuck off by doing this.
Chicago's mayor looks to ban ICE agents from city property as ICE agents continue to find themselves under attack from rioters.
Those are federal agents.
After Chicago police were reportedly told not to come to their aid, but Chicago's top cop says that's not true.
Our officers were not told to stand down. Our officers were out there throughout the entire event. I would never tell our officers to stand down, because if our officers were in trouble and we needed help from other officers, I would expect those.
Then why aren't the officers responding to any of the assaults that have been in the general area of the ICE facilities? Why is it that last week, Fox, I think it was Fox or CNN, covered them talking to a police officer saying that they need help. Actually, maybe it was an ICE agent at one of the facilities who was, that's besides the point. They were pretty much saying that they had assaults that were going on around the facility, not in it, like around in the general area where the rioters were, and no police were showing up.
Those officers to
Explain that one to me. How does that happen?
step in and help us. And it's the same thing that we do on our side. When someone is in trouble, we're going to step in.
Well, let's bring in John Hoyt. He's the National Fraternal Order of Police.
This guy is so based. I'm sorry, this guy is so based.
Second Vice President. John, thanks so much for joining the program. Now, the superintendent, that may be true from his perspective, but when it comes to the commander of the patrol,
I don't understand how you think that at a state level you can go against something at a federal level. You do know that a federal level event covers every single state in the U.S. That's why there are state laws and federal laws. You can get away with something at the state level, but then you're charged federally, and then you're fucked. Like,
this is the audio that we heard. Let's play it.
So the chief of patrol, clear everybody up. We're not responding over there.
Oh my God, they literally just lied. That's crazy. Oh, come on.
Per the chief of patrol, we have all the units that per 999. Chief.
No shot. No shot.
Not true.
We're out there throughout the entire event. I would never tell our officers to stand down, because if our officers were in trouble and we needed help from other officers, I would expect those officers to step in and help us.
So the chief of patrol,
this is the audio.
not responding over there. So the chief of patrol, clear everybody up. We're not responding over there.
Look at that. Look at that. Look what I just said. I just said that. I just said that. They already had somebody at the facilities that were saying that they weren't even responding to assaults in the area. Look at that. Look at that.
The chief of patrol, we have all the units that per 999. Chief of patrol said all units clear out from there. We're not sending anybody over to that location.
That's
insane. So of course there was pushback, because we all know in law enforcement, you hear 1033, 1013, you show up to help cops.
Yeah, that means that just like a foreign fucking country, if those ICE agents, if that facility was being like attacked, like what's been going on, they're completely on their own, and they're wondering why they're trying to push the National Guard around these ICE facilities. I wonder fucking why.
Thank you for playing that.
Come on.
It's important that the public knows the reality. You know, I appreciate the superintendent's words. That's what he should be saying. But clearly there's some form of disconnect if his command staff is giving orders not to respond to help our brothers and sisters in federal law enforcement. And quite frankly, as police, whoever it is that calls us for help,
I can't stand somebody that's going to say brothers and sisters and ain't part of it, bro. Unless you, like, I would never, like, you have levels of management for anything. Unless you're in actively doing something, like if you're actually going out on patrol, or like if you're a firefighter and you're actually fighting fire, or you're with the captain going into a building, or you're the apparatus driver who's actually doing something, you're a brother and a sister. Don't misconstrue that. Whenever you move up in ranks and you're no longer going out on patrol, and you're no longer going in and fighting fires, and you're not riding down and doing stuff, don't get that twisted, man. A brother and a sister is somebody that's gonna have your back in a fire. When you stop fighting fire and you stop going out on patrol, you get rusty. You ain't the same. I don't want your ass protecting me. You gonna end up getting me killed. Hell no. I never did like that.
We decide to help, whether it's another law enforcement agency or the public. You know, our ethos is helping people. That's what we do as law enforcement. And as someone who's been in a situation where you need to call for help as you're getting surrounded and overrun, you know, I question whoever that commander was that gave that order, how much time they spent on the street as opposed to studying for promotion, because quite frankly, completely unacceptable to ever give that order.
I mean, it's like the cardinal rule in law enforcement. You don't leave another cop stranded. I don't know how this person keeps their job. I mean,
that's what I was just thinking. Bro, he's so based. He's so fucking based. I love that guy. He's so good. I was just thinking that. I was like, how does somebody like that even keep their job? Like, there's no way. But somehow, I guarantee you, he's still going to have his job.
The most deadliest part of the job is traffic stop, patrolling. So, are you hearing the same thing on the ground from your Chicago cops that are part of the National Union?
100%. I mean, they released a statement immediately. They were 100% against the order that was given, and they called the command staff out for that.
And it makes me wonder how many times that's happened since this has started that you haven't heard about. See, the only thing that stopped that from happening was the fact that it you know, people know about it. I wonder how many times that's happened and they've just straight up lied about it happening.
Listen, our officers on the street, Chicago as well, we swear an oath to the Constitution. That's what our oath is to, not to some mayor's political agenda and political policy.
That's right.
You know, again, we are out there to help people, whether it's the community or other law enforcement officers. When we are asked for help, we respond. And, you know, I have a lot of faith in my brothers and sisters in Chicago. And I know that maybe they were given that order, but they're not going to let someone get surrounded and get hurt. And quite frankly, the chances of an officer getting killed in that situation are high. So I know they did the right thing.
Likewise, brother. I want to get your comments on this other story. The Washington Post is reporting that some rank and file D.C. police have accused supervisors of downplaying, the serious crime to make their precincts seem safer, as critics call on President Trump's use of the national.
It's all falling apart now. It's all falling apart. Look at that. Isn't that kind of crazy how the minute you start peeling away the layers, like I said, you start peeling away the layers and you start seeing it all fall apart.
Gar, what do you make of this? Apparently they were telling them the logo.
Those numbers, those fake-ass numbers that they've been giving out are only going to last for so long until you start peeling back those layers.
Some of these serious offenses.
Yeah, you know, once again, like in Chicago, it gets very dangerous when you let political agendas influence law enforcement policy and management. Listen, the cop on the street is doing the job the right way. They're writing up the reports accurately. When you let Democrat agenda affect how people are grading policing and grading what crime classifications are out there, it becomes very dangerous because, one, a department needs to be transparent with its community about the struggles and the successes. And number two, the department's then going to improperly allocate resources of the department depending on those crime statistics. So then when you alter them to fit your agenda, your department's not going to be fulfilling their mission the proper way.
It's such a good point, especially after the defund measures. Of course, crime was going to skyrocket, and then
you got all these fucking places releasing these criminals back into society, and you don't have the funding for the police. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
To fudge the numbers. It's just all terrible for the people on the ground. Sir, thanks so much for joining the program.
That's crazy, man. So apparently Taylor Swift is under some drama.
I've ever made with Taylor Swift as the focus for it, and that's because I just don't really have any strong feelings on her or her music. I don't
really think that her music is. I think her music's okay. It's okay.
Know a whole lot about her, like
I don't either
in her personal life or anything, other than like all the breakups and stuff. But that's just not something I tune into super deeply. All I know is she's got some
woman
songs
drama
in her catalog I like to wiggle my finger to occasionally. Like, I don't dislike her music. I don't hate the songs that she's put out. There are a few boner jams in there. But the reason I'm talking about her today is because she has a new album that just came out, which I didn't even know was around the corner. But something is a bit awry. There's a disturbance out there because for the first time ever, I'm pretty sure, people are saying it's not good. Even her most loyal of fans are criticizing it. A feat I didn't even think was possible. It defies our very fundamental understanding of science. The Swifties vocally expressing disappointment, and not only in the album, but in the way in which Taylor Swift has gone about it. There is a lot of greed at play here that I would have never even imagined as like a money-making strategy. It's so fucking scummy. But Swifties have been well known to support any and everything Taylor Swift does at basically any price point imaginable. You could ask the moon, and they would happily fork over every single doubloon in their piggy bank for it. They would pay $5,000 to be in the same room that Taylor Swift farted in 5 years ago, and they would pay that with a big smile on their face.
I have heard that like no matter how much money she seems to charge for tickets, like they just show up.
Go online to rave about the incredible experience being near like a smidgen of ass molecule that Taylor Swift shared the same. We're going to find evidence to the end times right around. Available now. It's the Sunday Scaries. It's our vanilla scent, which is a scent that has been requested highly for like the last year, and it's finally here. So you can go to usecheeky.com and get yourself the best. I'll go ahead and give you my opinion on the album because I decided to take a little listen. I didn't hate it. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what all those applause about. Like, it seems like just a very normal Taylor Swift album. Admittedly, there's nothing on there that jumped out at me as a classic that's going to be talked about as one of her finest pieces, you know, one of her top tracks or anything. But it wasn't nails on a chalkboard or anything. It didn't f*** Kelsey's wiener. It's about to look up what that was. It's apparently dickmatized instead of hypnotized, where you get fucked so good that you get hypnotized, apparently, at least according to fan interpretations of that line. There's a lot of layers to this onion, of course. It's very deep songwriting. And opened my eyes, redwood tree, it ain't hard to see, his love was the key that opened my thighs. Girls, I don't need to catch the bouquet to know a hard rock is on the way.
What the fuck?
Like, when I heard that for the first time, it brought out the same feeling as the first time I heard Riley Reid freestyle rap. It was just, it was visceral. These lyrics really do feel like something I myself would write as a joke for one of our songs, The Gentle Men. And who knows, maybe Taylor Swift is a fan of The Gentle Men and was inspired by our songwriting styles. Because, like, I could see myself writing some shit like that for a goofy track. You know, penis.
That's kind of crazy.
You know, I'm on time. He's dunking his balls like MJ in his prime. Seems to think it is. Also, no. But I did see a banger tweet that a buddy of mine sent me that I guess kind of sums it up nicely. I said, Taylor Swift's new album sucks, and I didn't even get a single death threat from a Swiftie. That's how bad it is. For those that don't know, since basically the beginning of Taylor Swift's career, anyone that speaks out saying, like, I didn't really like that, they get dogpiled by Swifties with death threats, oftentimes.
I mean, like, I believe it because they have their own name. They're called Swifties. I mean, that's actually a thing. That's not something Charlie came up with. Taylor Swift, like, fanatics, they're called Swifties.
Racism, like, the Swiftie online reputation has been pretty scary for a while, actually. Why there are so few people coming to her defense here, because this is kind of indefensible. This is an article from a site called Defector that kind of broke it all down and gave like their review of it and talking about the monetization here and how greedy it is. So,
what the fuck? They trying to charge $70 for that album? Are you crazy?
Upon announcing the album, Swift put up a vinyl for pre-order on her site, and then another.
Oh wait, no.
And then another. Before the album was even released.
I mean, even $20 for a fucking CD is crazy. That's insane.
She had promoted and sold on her site 8 exclusive vinyl variants in different colors with different names, and 8 CDs and 1 sweater which comes with a CD. The vinyls cost $34, the CDs cost $20, the sweater CD cost $70, and one of those was a Target exclusive edition. Don't forget Target. The marketing scheme for each of these releases, which came one after another, was scarcity. They will sell out, you will never have another opportunity, hurry, show your love and devotion. And unsurprisingly, it was a very successful business model. She's apparently sold 2.7 million copies of the album in physical and digital. When she announced it on the New Heights podcast, she promised this album wouldn't have any bonus tracks. Historically, Swift has sold her fans the album and then asked them to buy it again to access extra songs. The Life of a Showgirl, she promised, was fully complete, but then on Saturday night, another countdown appeared on her website, and at the end of it, she announced 4 additional CDs of the same album that fans could buy. These versions cost $8 a piece, and each includes 2 exclusive acoustic versions of songs on it.
That's scummy. So, like, you have to rebuy the same fucking thing just to get 2 acoustic versions of a songs. That's kind of crazy.
That means that in addition to the songs on the album, Swift also recorded 8 acoustic versions, but you can only hear them if you purchase each of the 4 CDs. You have to collect this shit like pieces of Exodia here to get the whole experience.
That's crazy.
It goes on to say she didn't lie technically. There are no new songs on the CDs, just an opportunity for her to make even more money. So the songs aren't new, but they're a different recording of the same song, a different way. There's really no way of justifying that. The whole purpose is just to squeeze more money out of the audience because she knows they are going to
pay
wrap
for
it up 100%.
Yeah,
and they are. Like, it is still making tons of money, even though it's not being received overly positive. Another thing they're putting her feet to the fire for is apparently using AI in this new album rollout.
People are gonna have to get over that shit. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You know why? Because it cuts costs. That's why. That is going to be the way of the future. That is how it's going to be.
So, it's pretty clear that this is big time money making mode here. Mm-hmm. This isn't really about the artistry of her craft or anything. It does seem like the whole goal here is to try and squeeze as much out of this album as she possibly can, with so many like additions and shit. Even cutting corners on to use AI. Like, she has unfathomable wealth. There is just no excuse for not just hiring a real person, a real artist for that. The only reason she'd use AI is to save money.
You could just go on Instagram and type, I need somebody that's not going to charge a whole lot. Like, I guarantee you could find somebody that'll be cheaper than AI.
Which is pretty crazy considering she's a fucking billionaire. Like, how are you going to cheap out on this?
Hell, you could probably find a random artist and then, like, tell them that if they make an album cover that she likes, that she will, like, tell everybody that artist's name on, like, social media and promote them. Probably don't even have to spend a dime on it.
It's so wacky to me. So it's hard to disagree with people expressing their sentiment that Taylor Swift.
I do think that it's a little petty. I mean, it happens to a lot of big people. You could be the nicest person in the world, and just because you make money off of what you do, people are going to find any reason to take a fat shit on you. It's so common. It's just the way it is now, you know? Let me use the bathroom. Okay, we back. Okay, we back.
Been arrested in Chicago. Uh-oh.
President Trump is ordering a review of Oregon's federal funding
Holy
as
shit.
Antifa chaos continues in Portland.
Meanwhile, radical agitators have spent nearly 100 nights straight laying siege outside the city's ICE facility.
Chandler Painter is here with all the details.
That's a pretty good cosplay, honestly. That's pretty good.
Chandler Painter is here with all the details. Chandler.
I love how they just kind of drop the pretense and just dress up like the harpies on their own.
Morning, that's right. Trump's announcement coming.
You know, it's like dispense with the metaphors, just fully embrace it.
There you go.
The violent anti-ICE clashes persist in Portland since early June. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying this, watch.
That's what I'm saying. Like, all these people that are causing problems outside of, like, these ICE facilities, they're there because they don't have anything to do. Straight up. That's why they're there. Either that or they're like, you know, they're Nepo babies. They get all their money from, like, their family, so they don't have to work. They don't know what it's like to have to hold down a job and then get robbed at the end of the week whenever you're just trying to have your fucking 2 days off before you have to start on a Monday. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are people that live in gated communities. They don't have to worry about anything.
President Trump will end the radical left's reign of terror in Portland once and for all. The president has directed Secretary Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other left-wing domestic terrorists. This is not peaceful protesting. This is left-wing anarchy.
I'll second that. I think she's absolutely right. It's not protesting whenever you're blocking up the streets and you're throwing things at federal agents and burning things. That's not what protesting is.
Portland director says the facility is under constant attack with little help from local police because of political directives from city leaders. And the nightly protests have escalated beyond just chants and signs.
And we just covered that. We just watched a video that showed the police chief saying that they are not removing the cops' ability to go out there. But then we have a dispatch code going through saying to abandon certain areas that are around ICE facilities, completely contradicting what he had said. So as far as I'm concerned, the fact that they are sending in the National Guard to help these men it's perfect. It really is. It's like, and yet they don't want the National Guard to be there, but they're going to go ahead and tell the police to stand down. That's crazy.
Bottle rockets are striking ICE buildings, rocks are shattering windows, lasers targeting officers' eyes, and barricades blocking vehicles. On Friday, the FBI said 2 federal citations were issued in just the past 24 hours.
Embarrassing.
These numbers need to be higher. These numbers are embarrassing. He's right. These numbers should be in like the triple digits now, or the double digits, all of them. No, triple. This number needs to be higher, way higher. The minute these people start throwing stuff and dumping paint and burning stuff, they need to instantaneously be arrested.
Embarrassing.
Because when you start throwing rocks, when you start burning stuff, when you start dumping paint, you're inciting violence.
130? That's it? What are you guys doing? What are you doing? Like, you could do 100, you could do 130 an hour.
Absolutely.
You got to get these numbers up.
27 active and pending investigations and 130 arrests following 100 days since agitators have laid siege to that ICE facility. Portland FBI is posting this quote.
But a part of me thinks that the reason why these numbers are so low is because the actual city police are not responding to anything.
To work with our partners to investigate instances of violence and destruction of property and hold those individuals accountable.
Sure.
And meanwhile, in Illinois, protests
Clearly.
also persist there, guys, as federal agents announced the arrest of more than 1,000 illegal aliens as part of Operation Midnight Blitz.
That's it?
That's a lot,
That's it?
though.
What are y'all doing?
Crackdown they launched earlier this month. Guys, back to you.
It is kind of crazy to me that they want to say that we don't have a problem with illegal immigration, but we're finding a lot of fucking illegal immigrants. Like, we're talking insanity levels of numbers, but it's not a problem.
Steve Ducey. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
Like, this is embarrassing. They arrest 1,000 people. They need to arrest like 10,000 people. Portland's like 1/5 the population of Chicago. You guys scale down the numbers a bit? Nah, any of those people, in my opinion, any of those people that are out there blocking the entrance, just immediately arrest them for
I agree. That's
obstructing traffic, obstructing justice. If they're pulling out, you're getting in the way of the car. You won't get out of the way of the car. You're impeding the officers immediately.
Yeah, like, that's what I was saying. It's like, just start arresting these people, and it'll stop overnight. Start putting their ass in jail. That's how you make this stop. Like, the minute they start inciting violence, put them in jail.
Arrest them, charge them with a felony, and that's it. It's simple. Like, playing games with this kind of stuff is just going to hurt and make everything worse.
I agree. Might split that video right there, because this looks kind of like, bitch is kind of long, ain't it? I think, you know what? I think we'll just move on from that. We might come back to it, but there's a lot of other stuff that I'd like to see.
Students to create their
A lot of other stuff I'd like to see.
This university allows students to create their own major.
Hi, my name is Lex, and my concentration is the performance of self. Hi,
What the fuck is that? What's a concentration? What is that?
I'm Gabrielle.
The what?
My concentration is the performance of self.
Performance of self. Huh. That's kind of crazy. You know, I know somebody that went out and got a, I think it was a bachelor's in woman science, and she uses it as a paperweight. I mean, she uses it as a cup hole, a caddy, like not a caddy, she puts it on her fucking desk, and she puts her cup on it to make sure the ring doesn't pop up on her desk. So, like, she just wasted her time with it.
Okay, so you made that one up.
Hi, my name is Karina Gomez, and my concentration is in journalism and Latin American studies, with an emphasis in human rights, collective memory, and
We started off so strong.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Lee, and I study.
Is this just like a daycare for Karens? This is like a Karen factory.
Hi, my
I
name
love
is
how it's all women, too.
Reed, and I study music business and gender
Adult
studies.
daycare?
Hi, my name is Dominique, care politics with a minor in disabilities.
Hair politics.
My name is Elliot Wright, and my concentration is art as a social mechanism.
I bet he's gonna be in the next game. Watch.
This is crazy.
Hi, my name is
Okay.
Sophie Lopez, and my concentration is titled Queering and Decolonizing Theater Practice.
What makes these school systems think that it's okay to do this? You do realize that after you spend like $100,000 a year at a college, or like $100,000 to get your master's or your bachelor's, like, college is supposed to set these students up to succeed in finding a job in life. It's like the colleges have completely given up with getting, like, they know they're scamming these students to a point where they're just like, yeah, sure, do this, because it'll be funny. It'll make great content. Like, because, you know, like, a lot of these master's holders, they're getting out now and they're having to work at Starbucks as a barista just to pay back their student loan that'll never go away, even if they do find a job in the field that they're trying to get. And now we've got this to boot on top of everything. Like, what what just like what a massive joke the college system is to allow this to even be considered. I never thought I'd see the day where high school had more, like, high school makes more sense now than college does, which is insane. It's absolutely stupid. The concept that the public school system, towards the end going into college, if you decide to go into college, makes way more sense than going to college and getting a bachelor's and a master's. Because of this stupidity. It's like, yeah, sure, now that we've ripped you off, come up with this weird thing that you'll never use and see how that goes. Like
The thing
what?
is that he hasn't even scratched the surface. These people are spending upwards of $100,000 per year for these degrees.
Yeah, what did I say? I just said that.
Queer performance art and songwriting.
And my thesis is on queer Mormons.
Queer experience design and virtual communities.
And I want you guys to see this. There's a lot of people that get degrees and stuff like this, and they can't find a job. I wonder why. And now
I feel like colleges are failing these students because college is supposed to gear you towards finding a job outside of college. And the thing is when you spend so much money in an institution that is effectively setting you up for failure and not guaranteeing you a job, that institution has failed you as a student. It has to do with them trying to siphon as much money out of you as they can before they release you to the cold, cruel world, and you realize you just wasted your life. With all these extra classes that don't ever put you anywhere. Like, for example, someone I know took up criminal psychology and stuff, and she ended up going down that path pretty damn deep, not realizing that the jobs at the end of that are either police officer or jobs that require you to be a police officer for a certain amount of time in order to get them. Now, how you are able to get so many classes deep in an institution where you are coughing up, hemorrhaging money to, and nobody's there to put you on the right track is beyond me. Like, what do you even pay them for? I've yet to understand that myself. Like, I went to college. I went to one of the best firefighter colleges in all of Houston, and I still had trouble finding a job, but I found one.
they're stuck with effectively a Faustian pact. And these people, like, yes, they're obnoxious, annoying Karens, but they're also being capitalized on by people that are predatory.
So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate.
Yep. Because, like, you have to keep in mind that these people, they're fresh out of high school. They haven't been taught how money works and interest rates. And they go and take out this $100,000 loan thinking that they're going to pay it back when they get older. They become older. And now we've got a situation where people are coming out of college and the market is being flooded with all these bachelor's and master's degrees, and nobody can get a job. And they have $100,000 in debt. They've officially just been taken advantage of. It's crazy. Here we go.
Mayor Brandon Johnson signs order for ice-free zones. You know,
by the way, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
You know what? I was in an ice-free zone this morning. I went to my local convenience store and I tried to get ice for my soda, and the ice machine wasn't fucking working. So I had to drink a soda with no fucking ice this morning. So I think this guy's a piece of shit. He really is. Yeah, guy's dumb. No, everybody hates him. Nobody likes him. He's just a retard. But anyway, we'll go back. This is a short video, and I'll at least...
You know what's really sad to see? is that the people that are in these states that see this going on, that see what the mayors are doing, they are effectively going to switch sides to make sure that this person doesn't get reelected. Like, if you live in these areas and you're a business owner and you're tired of being broken into, like those two ladies we watched earlier, bro, could not say more, could not say less. Hell yeah, Black Block, Mook. Couldn't say more, brother. Could not say more. Nailed it right on the head. But like these people, these mayors that are advocating for all this violence in their states, they're going to end up making the states turn red, is what they're going to do. They're going to make it even harder to find blue political advocates because they're so busy ruining everything, and they're making themselves look bad by doing this stuff too. Because Trump is trying to put out there, let's clean up the state with the National Guard, let's get all these criminals arrested, let's get them out of here. And you've got a business owner that's been shot 3 times and is tired of their facility being broken into. And then you've got the mayor putting up ice-free zones. And it's like, who's really the bad guy here? If you want to look at it optically, it don't look good.
Look at it for a couple of minutes here. So, it's a 48-minute, there's no way I can listen to this retard for 48 minutes. Actually, there is, but I'm not going to. And anyway, what's this here? This is using city property. Okay.
This is Chicago's very own WGN Midday News.
Ice-free zone, he has no authority.
Executive
Of course he
order by
doesn't.
Mayor Brandon Johnson is targeting ICE agents in Chicago. The order prohibits ICE from operating on city-owned property. We begin there this morning. I'm Lourdes Duarte in for...
The Confederacy should have thought of this. I mean, Robert E. Lee and them, they could have just written up an executive order that said the federal government can't come into here and tell us what to do.
Right? Yo. Perfect, right? Like, yo, that would have solved the Civil War. We wouldn't have even had one, right?
You telling me we had that war all for nothing?
Right? So many people dead for nothing.
God damn.
For Patrick Elwood.
And I'm Dina Bair. Thank you for joining us. Judy Wang.
Yeah, think about how many wars we could have solved with that. We wouldn't have even had to leave we would have even had we wouldn't have had to have dumped the tea over the ships, you know? Like we could have just signed something up and we would have been good to go.
Live at the Westside Justice Center with more on our top story. Judy?
Mayor Brandon Johnson says he considers this another step toward accountability, that more drastic
What? She had to look at her template.
action is needed to rein in what he called a rogue administration.
Bro, it's not a rogue administration, dude. He was voted in legally using democracy. Like, you can't just... I mean, I guess you can to an extent until you get put out of office, which I'm fairly certain is going to happen to these mayors that are doing this. LA is just as bad. I'm sure the next time this re-election comes up, these people are going to be kind of cooked.
This morning here at the Westside Justice Center, the mayor signed the ice-free zone executive order.
I can't imagine they actually think this is going to do anything, right? There's no way. Because they're federal agents. They're from the federal government. The federal government rules all. Like, and I get, like, there's supposed to be state-level laws and whatnot, but come on. Wow, look at all those rich people in that room clapping for things they never have to fucking deal with. I guarantee you each one of these fuckers has like a multi-million-dollar mansion they got with taxpayer money, and they go to every night, and they never have to worry about their car being broken into. They don't ever have to worry about dealing with any of the bad decisions they make by releasing all these criminals back onto the streets and defunding their own police. Look at that. Isn't that kind of crazy how that works? Look at that.
You might not know it, but these are actually all of his supporters in the entire state together. This is all of them.
The order makes it illegal for federal immigration agents to use city-owned property for their operations. On display, a sign that will be posted at places that include CPS and Park District parking lots. The order does not direct Chicago police to get involved if agents violate the order. The mayor says it lays the groundwork for the city.
So wait a minute. So it says they're not allowed to do it, but you're also not allowed to enforce it?
That's hilarious. Well, I mean, I was just thinking that too. Like, so the police have already been told, based on the communications from the radios that we've heard, that they're not allowed to enforce anything around the ICE agent facilities. That includes assault and riots, right? So does that mean that technically this thing being signed in is just completely useless? It's just a piece of paper and a sign? Like, is that it? Because they're not going to interfere with the ICE agents because they don't want the police anywhere near them. So what was even the point? Like, who are you advocating for, Mayor? Like, who are you doing this for? Like, I'm in Texas, and I'm thinking to myself, if this person was above me, and my fiance's car has been broken into like 3 times, if my car had been broken into 3 times, one of those times led to a high-speed pursuit, who is it that you are signing these declarations, like this stuff for? Who are you catering to? Like, what planet are you even on? Are you on the moon filming this?
So this is why apparently everybody hates this retard over in Chicago, is that he's wasting everybody's time with this bullshit. Basically, I mean, you're living on a full loot PvP server.
Mm-hmm.
You can't afford groceries. The roads are fucked up. The schools are full of retards and guns. And this guy's writing out cosmetic executive orders so he can fight against Trump.
The law department to take those agents to court. As justification, the mayor pointed to last week's raid of a South Shore apartment building. Agents arrested 37 people. Children were present. Some residents were held for hours. The Department of Homeland Security says some of those people had criminal records. Also, Saturday's shooting of a woman by agents at 39th and Kedzie in Brighton Park.
Yeah.
Homeland Security says agents were forced to defend themselves because she was carrying a semi-automatic weapon. She is one of 2
Oh, that's right.
Are we trying to talk about her not? Like,
She was the lady that used her car like a battering ram against agent vehicles. No, I remember this. She got shot. She's lucky. I think she lived. I think that's a little unfortunate because anytime you want to attack a peacekeeper or an officer of any form of color, you don't need to be in society. You either need to be locked up for the rest of your life or you need to be dead. I'm sorry. Like, those people, police officers, are there to help. There's some bad apples in there, just like there's bad apples for firefighters, but no, just no.
Sorry, if you're showing up to square off with the federal agents, and you have a semi-automatic weapon, they're gonna pop you off.
Exactly. They're gonna kill you graveyard dead, like that Florida sheriff said.
Duh.
We will kill you graveyard dead. That's what he said.
Federal charges. Today's order was the mayor's third in connection with Operation Midway Blitz.
Did you catch the phrasing there? I did. And let's go back and listen to that again.
Were forced to defend themselves because agents at 39th and Kedzie. So Saturday's shooting of a woman by agents at 39th and Kedzie in Brighton Park. Homeland Security says agents were forced to defend themselves because she was carrying a semi-automatic weapon. She is one of 2 people facing.
So there's no explanation of what happened. There's no explanation of, like, really what the situation was at all.
Yeah, that is very interesting, isn't it? Because we know what happened. I pulled that video up when we reacted to it. The Fox version of it. Like, we saw her using her car as a battering ram. She just so happened to have a semi-automatic weapon in her vehicle at the time. Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, she was backing up and moved the car a few 100 feet easily.
They just kind of lay out facts and then let people assume. It's phrased in a way that I think kind of tries to make the officers look like the agitators.
Yeah, exactly. Like this lady just started backing her vehicle up and then like full on like gas pedal ramming the back of a police cruiser and like did it until it moved a few hundred feet like over, like it was forward, over to the right, and then more. So like it's kind of crazy that they would word it in a way that, well, I mean, it makes sense, especially if you're trying to keep this discontent going and this anarchy.
No context. Yeah, exactly. It's media. No, and once you see it, it's like, I hate to use such a cliche thing, but it's like being able to see the lines of code in the Matrix. As soon as you can see the way that they manipulate language in order to change the way people perceive events, you won't be able to unsee it.
Federal charges. Today's order was the mayor's third in connection with Operation Midway Blitz.
Here we go. This right here is the problem. This is the guy that the mayor should be thinking about. This is the guy that his family has been in America.
Right here. He's right here. This is probably a veteran. He's probably been here for a while, you know. His family's been here for generations. And he's living on the street while an illegal immigrant or asylum seekers are getting bussed in New York and given free places to stay, like motels or hotels that cost like $1,000 a month or like a couple thousand a month. They're given free food. They're given like free health care. But somebody like this who probably served our country, who's a veteran, sitting here on the side of the road with like, how do you allow this? How do you do the mental gymnastics to justify this? Seriously. I just don't think I ever want to understand how you can sit there and do this.
For probably generations, he served his fucking country, and he's sitting out there on the fucking street. What a disgrace. This is an absolute fucking disgrace. Shouldn't that be federal? I think it should be both, honestly.
It should be both.
And if you want to talk about that too, that's pathetic for Chicago. It is. It's absolutely.
I feel like if you served your country, you should be given a home. Depending on if you're married or with somebody and you plan on like if you're serving in active military and you're not currently married and you get married before you leave serving military, you should be given a 3-bedroom house. You should. It should be by law. It's one of the perks you get for being part of the active military. There's so much equipment that is just sitting there. Even whenever they fled Afghanistan, they left so much equipment, even with the keys in the ignition, that were worth millions of dollars, and we can't afford these people a home? Come on. They should be entitled to a car and a home with free insurance and fully paid off everything. Period. That should be a standard for these people. And their health care should be free, 100%. For fuck's sake, they serve the country. Like, what is this?
Pathetic.
Like, some of them have had to do things for their country they can't even speak about or even get another job that is around what they were doing in the military. Like, if you were a radio guy, you couldn't get another job around a radio because you saw the person that was next to you that also had a radio get his brain splattered on the fucking pavement. Like, what is this even, like, why is this even a thing?
What does that have to do with ICE? Simple. Whenever you're diverting resources, funds, time, and energy into making cosmetic, performative laws rather than trying to affect real, legitimate change for the citizens that have elected you to help them, you are, in my opinion, betraying your responsibilities as a public servant.
That's why I don't think he's going to be reelected. I won't be super surprised if he got reelected, but I just don't see it happening. That's how you start making this change.
Reckless group of heavily armed mass individuals roaming throughout our city that are not accountable to the people
The
of
only
Chicago.
rogue is him. That's the
only people that I see that are dangerous with that are masked are the people that are robbing your stores and getting them shut down because you don't know how to put people in jail where they belong with 25 fucking felonies, man. Get out of here with that.
Rogue.
It's disgraceful and disgusting.
Their actions put all Chicagoans at risk. When protesters confronted federal immigration agents and
You see the word confronted. We've all seen the videos.
Mm-hmm.
You don't confront somebody by throwing a brick at them. You don't confront somebody by spraying them with spray paint or throwing paint at them or,
shining lasers in their fucking eyes
vandalizing property
or doxing them
or destroying things. Yeah.
Or shooting somebody in an ice facility. For fuck's sake.
Park on Saturday, they were met with pepper
That's
ball.
crazy that they want to sit here and he wants to sit here and say that they're the tyrants, yet you've got people that you're advocating actively for violence on going and shooting illegal immigrants in your facility in the ICE facilities because you've called to violence so much that they couldn't even find a fucking ICE agent to shoot. They're sitting there shooting people that are locked up in the cell that could not even leave. Do you understand how much chaos this stirs up?
And more repression. The fact is, we cannot allow them to rampage throughout our city with no checks or balances. Nobody is above the law. If we break the law, you should be held accountable. If Congress
then you should look inwards because your city is in turmoil.
It's the federal law that says that you're not able to come into the country illegally.
Yeah, there you go.
But besides that, what he means to say is, we have to listen to all the laws except that one.
Mm-hmm.
Not check this administration.
It's that mental gymnastics right there, hard at work to try and, for whatever reason, make it seem like this is okay to do.
Chicago will.
I feel like if this guy ever gets booted out of office, they need to look at his finances and see if he was working for a foreign country. And then if he was, they need to charge his ass with treason. This all comes from somewhere. No sane person would look at what's going on in these states like this and say that this makes sense.
Oh, God.
We have reached out to the Department of Homeland Security for a response to the mayor's executive
Nobody cares.
order. Also, regarding the National Guard deployment, a Defense Department memo says 300 Illinois Guardsmen will be deployed.
Not enough.
On top of that,
I don't think it is either.
Texas
Should
National
be 3,000.
Guardsmen will be deployed to Illinois, Oregon, and other locations to protect ICE and Border Patrol officers from protesters.
Just so everyone's aware, they're having to do this not because they want to take over the damn city. It's because they've told the police in the area not to respond to any assaults or rioting that's going on around these facilities. So the federal government has to use more money and resources and send the National Guard in to protect these facilities because the police that are around these facilities are not allowed to get involved. That's why they're doing this. There's a lot of misinformation going on. That's what's going on.
Now, this morning, Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul announced that he has filed a lawsuit against defendants that include the president, DHS. And also the Defense Department in an attempt to stop the deployment of those National Guard troops.
Does the president deal with a major like that? Well, there's a lot of things that Trump can do. Like, what I would want to see Trump do is to just categorically withhold all funding from Chicago.
I think that's what he should do, personally. I think it's a start. I feel like if these political figures want to keep doing this and advocating for, like, it's okay to an extent, but once people start getting hurt and killed, that's when it's time to stop. They sit up there with those microphones and they advocate and call Trump these things. It doesn't matter who he is. Could be Biden, could be Kamala, could be Trump, could be fucking Bush. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who is running the fucking the United States. What matters is he is the president of the United States of America. And when you have these individual states that are collectively like 2 or 3, I think there's like 2 or 3 of these fucking states out of 50 that want to sit here and keep doing this, they need to cut all funding, they need to roll in the U.S. military, and they need to put these fuckers in handcuffs. They need to do a thorough, extensive investigation of these people, figure out who's paying them to say this retarded shit, and put their ass in jail for treason. I guarantee you it's going to be a foreign country that's doing this. I promise you. Any sane, logical person that would look at this from the outside and look at what's going on in these states, and if you think it's okay, you don't need to be in a place of power. You don't need to be running the state. You're a dumbass. Nothing about this is okay. It's wrong.
If Chicago doesn't want to uphold the federal law and they want to actively obstruct the federal law, I would immediately withdraw all funding, and then I would give them probably a 48-hour window until I invoke the Insurrection Act. And then after that, I would invoke that act, and then I would arrest all of the people in the government and then try them for an insurrection. And then I would put them in prison. We already went through this in 1860 to 1865. We've already been through this once before. We don't need to do the same thing again.
I agree.
The federal law and the federal authority overrides the state law.
It does. That's just how it is. Like, that's why whenever you see certain charges on convicts drop at a state level, the government steps in and says, nah, motherfucker.
And also, by the way, I think that you have the moral and the ethical obligation to do this as well. It's not just, oh, the rules say this. You have these people that are siding with criminal illegal aliens that, in a lot of cases, they don't even have records of. They don't know if these people are criminals or not. They have no idea. They don't know anything about them.
Then how do they know that they're criminals? Because whenever the agents find them, they figure out their real name from the country they came from, and they find a background. That's how. If you must know.
By the nature of them being illegal aliens.
It's a lot easier for a federal agent to figure that out than it would be a state person, just so you're aware.
So the big problem here is that they are doing something and they are allowing this problem that could manifest in any unknown number of ways to exist because of their own narcissistic empathy. And it's performative empathy as well. They're not really being empathetic. They're just doing this because they think it's the right thing to do. And they never have to, they never have to have any consequences for it.
Yep.
So now
he's right. He's 100% right. Let's move on from that. Oops.
This without feeling like I'm living in like some kind of like weird dystopia, but now your refrigerator that you've paid thousands of dollars for is going to be serving you ads.
This TV that's right here, I hate this fucking TV. Whenever you first turn it on, it's a Toshiba. It won't let you go to the input settings until you put in a Wi-Fi thing, right? And when you do, dude, the fucking ads are crazy. And then I also notice that whenever I turn it on, it takes forever because it's loading up like 40 or 50 fucking ads. And I'm like, this is dog shit. So you know what I do? Since I own my own Wi-Fi modem and router, I go to the settings that are on my computer. And I put it as I mark it as a do not connect on my Wi-Fi modem and router. So that way, whenever I turn it on, it automatically like turns on. It doesn't try to load up a bunch of bullshit that takes forever. It's fucking stupid.
That's right. That's right. You're getting ads for being in a for buying a refrigerator.
Can we talk about why there are ads on my Netflix that I pay for or my Prime? Like, excuse me.
Because you're paying for it.
That's why I never bothered with TV. If I'm gonna pay for something, I don't want to see fucking ads. I want to watch what I want to watch. I don't want to see fucking ads. I want to be able to turn on a TV and sit down and watch a full movie without being interrupted. I might as well just go out and buy it. It'd be cheaper. I'd save more money buying the movie than I would trying to wait for a movie that I want to see come out on television. And then just to have it interrupted with fucking ads.
Your own question. Why are they doing the thing to make more money that I keep giving them money for? Because you keep giving them money.
Mm-hmm.
The point of paying for a subscription service and not have ads.
There's no way of escaping Myrtle Beach pirate ads.
What does a guy have to do to watch a video without getting 45 seconds of unskippable ads in your face?
You just download fucking ad blocker, you bro, like
you don't even have to do that. If you have your own, like my Wi-Fi modem and router by Netgear, it comes with free ad block installed on the fucking modem. So like I could have like 3 levels of ad block if I wanted. I could download and install an ad blocker. My modem has built-in ad blocker. And like then on top of that, I could probably get a VPN to a country that doesn't allow ads like that. Like I could have technically 3 levels of ad block if I wanted.
We have a big problem. Like that's a young guy, right? This is what's happened with computers. And tell me if you guys feel like this is kind of where so give me a minute. Let me show you this.
Oh man, we got the famous Aspen drawing.
Okay, wait a second. 50. Okay. Where percent retarded with computer. Millennials are, let's say, 20% retarded with computer. And now, as Gen Z has computers and Gen Alpha has computers, so in this is totally beside the point, but it's a big issue. Was your dad good with computers? My mom said that one day, my dad said that his hands will never touch a keyboard. That's the way he felt about computers. He said these hands will never touch a computer.
That's funny.
Oh my God, bro.
King tenor on a screen that cost $3,000.
I'm sorry, but like if you buy a refrigerator that sends you ads, you are a dick-eating retard.
I agree. By the way, if you're wondering what refrigerator they're referring to, it's the new Samsung lines. Just don't get a Samsung. Or get a Samsung that doesn't have a screen on it. Like, you don't need to have a screen on a refrigerator, dude. You don't. It needs to have 3 buttons. And those 3 buttons should be attached to an ice maker. It should be release ice, crush ice, or fine ice. Those are the 3 things you need. Okay? Those are the 3 buttons you need. And that's it. A refrigerator has one fucking job. To refrigerate things. That's it. And water, that's right. And water. It should also have a little indicator that says when the filter's bad. That's it.
You're a dick-eating retard.
Americans saw 500 ads.
Oh, but it can connect to your phone. I don't give a fuck what it can connect to. It's got one fucking job. To keep things cool. Or frozen. That's it. Let's not complicate that. Let's not, like, it's not bad enough. Shit's already expensive. Let's add a screen to it and charge $2,000 extra and then slap ads on. You're fucking stupid. You're dumb. You're dumb. Stop talking.
In the 1970s, but today
500?
that number is over 5,000 ads.
Oh my
And
God.
executives are
Christ.
just getting started. Let me show you exactly what Samsung is doing. To enhance our service and offer additional content to users, advertisements will be displayed on the cover screen for the weather, color, and daily board themes. What do you mean additional content to users? What user is asking for additional content?
would
in the
Look
anyone-
at
form of
all that fucking garbage, dude. Look at
content
all that
to
goddamn
users?
garbage,
what
bro.
User is
Bro, look at all that shit. What the fuck you need all this shit for? Bro, you don't need all this shit on a fucking refrigerator. The hell is all this crap? All this stupid shit. That's stupid.
asking for additional content
would
in the
anybody
form of
want this?
advertisements playing
Yeah.
on their refrigerator screen. And of course, Samsung claims this is for your convenience. Speaking of which, this video is sponsored by... Just kidding, I don't do sponsors. This is one of the refrigerators receiving the ad update. The
Good one.
Bespoke AI 4-door flex. I don't know why they're
Why
naming
does the fucking refrigerator need AI? It's a refrigerator. We've been doing it fine for hundreds of years. Why would we change now? We moved from having a box that we stick ice cubes in to keep everything cool to an electronic refrigerator that over time have gotten better and more efficient. Why the fuck would we need to put AI on a refrigerator? Why?
these things as if they're car models, but the price is $3,000.
You literally pay $3,000 for a fucking oversized, glorified cell phone. You knock it's like $5,000. It was $5,000. That was $4,999. That was a $5,000 refrigerator at one point. Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, nobody. Hey, what?
$4,000 for a fucking refrigerator?
Bro, I go to I remember when Walmart used to sell refrigerators. Them bitches were like $500. It was great. Get you one of those old school white ones, like the Rubbermaid or whatever that's called. Get you one of those. Get you like a knockoff fucking refrigerator. At least you know them bitches will actually work. And you know what really sucks about these big ass expensive refrigerators like this? Is they purposely make it with like certain parts that break, so you have to call in and get repairs. So you end up spending more money. Like, that's crazy.
That's a computer.
$399. At least that's what it says today. Because
that's not even like that's a good computer. That's like a good computer.
When I looked at this exact model, it said $2,949, and I wrote that number.
AI vision inside? Wait, so the refrigerator has AI vision? What the fuck?
If you're wondering, I know what it's for. So there are like sensors inside the refrigerator. Like if you put bananas in the refrigerator and I don't know, like if you do certain things, like if you buy certain things and put it in the refrigerator, it like for example, like pregnant women eat certain things, it'll think that you're pregnant, and then on the actual face of the screen, it'll show you ads that will make you want to buy stuff because you have the pregnant cravings. Or like, like if you're high and you are reaching in the refrigerator to get something to snack on, and you do it like ever so often, it'll give you an ad that shows like bags of chips or something that you get cravings for whenever you're, high. So that's what it's for. It's for you to spend money.
In preparation for this video. So that tells me that they're actually doing dynamic pricing, maybe even AI dynamic pricing. If we look at
all of them do this based off of, they do it through IP address telemetry based off of income in the area. They totally have this mathed out to a science.
They min-maxed this like years ago.
and they can calibrate the exact price point that they think they can generate a sale at.
Yep.
It's super common. Anybody that knows anything about advertising knows all about this. It's just regional pricing on steroids, basically.
Yep.
Some of the selling points of owning this very expensive refrigerator, one of those is AI vision inside.
I don't know how you could justify a $5,000 refrigerator. I'm sorry. Like, there ain't no way in hell. Like a $5,000, like I could be the richest man on the fucking planet, and I would never buy a $5,000 fucking refrigerator. A refrigerator doesn't need to be $5,000. You could literally buy 7 refrigerators at like $500 a piece and have triple, if not quadruple, the amount of space before you'd ever even reach a $5,000 fucking refrigerator.
Keep track of what's inside.
Just to have ads like beamed into your fucking head.
So can the company. This review says, help me please. Last upgrade put advertising and news streaming across my fridge.
You know what you do? You get yourself your own Wi-Fi modem and router. And then because immediately whenever I heard this, I was like, oh, I know how to fix that. You just go onto the thing and you disconnect it from the internet. You need to change the temp on the refrigerator, that thing that nobody really does, unless like something's fucked up somewhere. You just reconnect it to the internet, and then once you're done with that, you go back onto your Wi-Fi modem and router and you block it from being able to use the internet again. That's what you do. A fucking refrigerator doesn't need to be updated. That's stupid. Who the fuck uses that? No.
Yeah, no, she's right about that. So in the UK, what they're probably going to do in 3 years is that if you have more than 3 things of ice cream in your house, in your freezer, your smart refrigerator will be able to tell that. They'll send that information to the UK government. The UK government will come and arrest you and put you in jail for eating too much ice cream. Yeah, it's...
You know what's crazy? Is that he's not far off, because I think there's a new thing in the UK where you can't drink soda until, I think it's either you have to be a certain age to drink it, or you're not allowed to have a certain amount of it unless you're a certain age. Which, by the way, I think is fair, because there's a lot of statistics that show that sugar is as addictive as crack cocaine. And apparently sugar really fucks with your body. Like it fucks your brain up. It fucks your organs up. Makes you have like diabetes and all kinds of other shit. So like, I think that this is that's a long time coming, but a lot of people see it as like the UK taking over more. Sugar's bad for you. I don't know if anyone's really aware of that, but sugar is like really bad for you. Like it's bad. It's as bad as like drinking alcohol. It fucks your body up. Like, go and look up all the studies that they've done with sugar for rats and stuff. Like, it's extremely addicting. Like, just like if you give sugar to a dog, look at how it reacts. It tells you everything you need to know.
It's going to be a charge. It should be illegal, exactly.
I do not want ads or
Which,
news.
by the way, I'm joking about this, but I'm not completely joking about it. I think that there's a world where that happens. I'm being serious.
Click this button here. Oh, look at all this lovely...
What is all that shit? What the fuck you need all that shit for? What is that shit? Oh, is that like all the time? Dude, I don't like that. So you realize that this thing is taking pictures of all the stuff you put in and out of the refrigerator, and it's beaming it online? What the fuck?
Stuff. Lovely. Do you see this?
This would be pretty good if, like, you were a girl and you were worried that, like, your boyfriend was cheating on you. You could get one of these, this AI thing, and that way you would be able to tell if his side hose were getting into the refrigerator or not. Because you see, like, it takes a photo of a person's hand. And so then you could see their hand, and it's like, if it's got, you know, it's like, well, why was there a hand here with like pink, fingernail polish on it? And it's because he's cheating on you.
I think that we could probably stop watching this one here. I think I've said everything that I really wanted to say about it. I just don't think that. First and foremost, if you're buying a $5,000 refrigerator that has ads on it, Asmon's completely right. You're a shit eater. Stop sucking the wang doodle, man. Pop the dick out of your mouth and like understand what's going on. There's so many refurbished refrigerators that you could get like for like $300-$400. Spending $5,000 on a refrigerator is outrageous. How's it going, Chase? The Jaguars beat the Chiefs. Fuck you, Chiefs. That's funny. It's been a minute, man. Where you been hiding at? But like, I feel like that's really all I need to say about that. It's just kind of crazy.
It allows students to create their own major. What?
Check this out. This is a bunch of NYU students at their graduation. If you look at a girl like that, what did she learn in college? I don't know. At Penn State, she learned how to become a jihadist. Congratulations. There's a whole bunch of worth.
Oh my God.
Worthless stuff that you can become if you become a college graduate these days. Check this out.
My name is Jacob, and my concentration is environmental science and sustainable business.
Hi, my name is Lex, and my concentration is the performance of self.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle.
That still is. That makes no sense.
The what?
You know, essentially, these people have gone to school for about 5 years. Gone to college. And even after everything, they've learned nothing. These people that have never worked a day in their life, that have had mommy and daddy pay for the majority of their school, or they've taken out a massive student loan, that are about to hit the workforce, that have these beliefs and these morals, they're going to have to put that shit aside to do their job. Or they're going to have a really rough time in the job market. Especially nowadays. Because, like, that's like one of the first things you learn whenever you get a job is your morals. They don't give a fuck about that. They can give a rat's ass about that. If you work retail, you're going to have to suck up your morals and deal with a very disgruntled and angry customer who's probably calling you a lot of very nasty shit. And the last thing that you want to do is lose your job because you went off on them. You know, that student loan's not going to pay itself.
Hi, my name is Lex, and my concentration is the performance of self.
Okay, so you made that one up.
Hi, I'm Gabrielle. My concentration is creative direction, production, and narrative through the arts, performance, and written word.
Hi, my name is Karina Gummis, and my concentration is in journalism and Latin American studies with an emphasis in human rights.
See, it started good, but then it just fell off.
What?
Memory and...
we started off so strong. Everything was going so well.
Political violence.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Lee, and I studied...
Is this just like a daycare for Karens?
Yeah, why are there so many...
This is like a Karen factory.
Where are the men at? Did they not do any of the men because they were like too based?
I feel like this is this is like discovering like a wasp's nest. It's like you keep getting stung by wasps. Like, where the fuck are these coming from? And you see it, it's like, oh shit, that's where they're coming from.
Sociology and environmental communication.
Hi, my name is Reed, and I study music business and gender
Adult
studies.
Daycare.
Hi, my name is Dominique, and I study...
Why is it that every single one of these people's job, like these things, is all like bullshit? Why is it that none of them are like, you know, my degree is in, you know, like understanding how C++ can integrate with current and future AI systems and how to, you know, make sustainable programs.
Yo, that's going to be the new thing. Like, if you are going to college right now, you need to get like a master's in AI stuff. Anything that you can do, like electronic wise, that integrates AI into the class, you need to be on that shit. You will make good money. AI is going to be the new thing. there will be an abundance of people that will be working, like jobs that require you to work with and like edit code in AI. If you can pick up an AI course in college right now, it will be more beneficial to you than anything else you could try to go in. 100%. 100,000%.
With language models. Like, why is it that it's never in like accounting with like a focus on, you know, like, let me think of a good way to do accounting. Yeah, like international accounting, right? Yeah, it's always what I'm saying. It's always bullshit. It's always soft science bullshit.
It is.
Care politics with a minor in disabilities.
Care politics.
You know what she's going to do with that degree? She's going to take that degree and she's going to put it up on her shelf and it's going to collect fucking dust. You know why? Because no job's going to hire you for that.
Oh.
Studies. My name is Elliot Wright, and my concentration is art as a social.
How much you want to make a bet most of these kids that got out, these people like this, they're getting out of college and they're going to go right into a family business? How much you want to make a bet? Are they going to get a job based on, if they get a job, they're going to get jobs based on family connections?
This is crazy. This is adult daycare.
Like, the only people that should be going to college are people that, number one, know the interest rate and how it's going to affect your life once you get a job. And this is another one. You need to know the field that you're going in before you go into college, because there are too many people that are being told in high school, oh, well, you just start college and you'll figure it out. No. That's how you end up with these useless degrees that nobody ever uses and fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. No. Stop saying that.
Hi, I'm Georgia, and my concentration is dramatic writing and theatrical adaptation.
My name is...
I'd like to read her Twitter account.
Noah.
Probably got like every flag.
And my concentration is equilibrium or negotiated paradox.
Hi, my name is Sophie Lopez, and my concentration is titled Queering and Decolonizing Theater Practice.
Holy shit. How the fuck do these people function? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I'm not even trying to be mean. Like, how do you function in society? Like, how? You have to come from a rich family, dude. There's no way.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god. No. I mean, you can clearly see where she's going with this, right? Because like theater is like derivative of Europeans, and you know, you can clearly see where it's going in that direction, right? Like yeah, oh wow. Her degree is in discrimination? Yes. Wow. This is and this is what this is what people's money is going towards. So, and I want you guys to see this. There's a lot of people that get degrees and stuff like this, and they can't find a job. I wonder why.
Yes.
You got the market flooded with all these useless fucking degrees. That's why.
Hi, my name is Maya, and my concentration is journalism, post-colonial studies, and psychoanalysis. Hi.
Hey, that one's pretty good. Hey, that's a good one. You could probably snag a few jobs with that one.
All right. W. Okay, that's probably one of the best ones that we've had so far. That's good.
Hi, Louise. I'm graduating with a concentration in philosophy of science and theater.
My name is
W.
Hey, that's a good one too. Yeah, no, like science, you can't go wrong with becoming a scientist, dude. Scientists make a lot of money. And they don't have enough scientists. That's another problem, is they don't have enough scientists. We could never have enough scientists in the world, for sure. Like, absolutely.
Great.
And my concentration is titled The Criminal Mind, which is surrounded on criminology and applied psychology.
That's another good one. That's a phenomenal one. That means that she can get a job in, probably in the police force. You know, she could become a scientific investigator. She could also probably try to become a doctor of some sort, you know, like something like that.
My
my name is Juliana. My concentration is international business and fashion through sustainable development.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
How you doing, college?
I mean, to be fair, some of those
What was
at
the second one?
Development. Yeah.
I don't know what it said. I don't know what it
Concentration
said.
is international business and fashion through sustainable development. Yeah.
Fashion, sustainable development? I don't know.
How you doing, college?
I mean, to be fair, some of those at the end were okay.
Drop out making mad cash in the real world. These people, everything has failed them. The systems have failed them. Their teachers have failed them. Their parents have failed them. All of those useless degrees, utterly useless degrees that they went to NYU for and went into debt. And then, of course,
I think he's right about this, and it's something that people never talk about, is that whenever you put somebody in school for something like this for 4 years, and then they're not able to do something, because a lot of these people are taking on student debt, they're taking on loans, etc.
I think the failure starts in high school. Because a lot of those teachers, they push for the students to go to college. And I hear a lot whenever I was going to high school as well. I heard a lot of, what do you want to go to college for? And a lot of it was, well, they say just go and then you'll figure it out. And that is the stupidest thing you can do, because there are so many classes at college. Like, if you look at a roster of every class that a college can offer you, unless you know what you want to do for a living, you're fucked. You can't take every fucking class. I mean, you can, but you'll be there forever. And the thing is it costs money. A lot of fucking money. A huge, disgusting amount of money to do it. And if you don't know what you're going into college for, and everyone around you is telling you that you need to go to college, but then you go to college and you get a useless fucking degree because you found a class that was easy, and you end up riding that bitch all the way to the end and get a master's in something that's completely useless, you just not only wasted your fucking time, now you're in a lot of debt because you didn't understand interest. And the core reason why you don't understand interest from a $100,000 student loan is because they never taught it in high school. Or they went over it so briefly you don't remember it.
In order to finance this education, and now they're stuck with effectively a Faustian pact with the U.S. government that can never be broken, and their wage slave.
And he's right. Even if you file for bankruptcy and lose everything, those loans from the U.S. government will never go away. They will always be there.
Slaves and interest slaves for the rest of their lives. And really, I mean, these people, like, yes, they're obnoxious, annoying Karens, but they're also being capitalized on by people that are predatory. And I think that it's predatory to do this for people, and everybody has the right to do what they want to do. But at the same time, I think that you have to look at the ethics of this and think about, is this really a good thing to be promoting whenever people know they're not going to be able to get a job like this, and then they're going to be stuck with all of this debt forever? I don't know. I find it to be problematic. I do. Like, maybe.
And in a lot of instances, like, if you know how to do finances really well enough that you can calculate how much your debt you're going to have to take out and how much by the time you get your job, this is assumed that you know what job or career you want once you leave college, and how long it would take for you to pay it off with other, like, if you factor in inflation and you factor in the cost of living in the amount of time, which you can do, you can figure out pretty quickly if it's going to be worth the time that you're going to have to put into it in order to get that degree, to get that job you're aiming for. But the thing is that a lot of high schoolers who should have adults doing this for them don't do that, and they just go out into the world now that they're 18 and take on this, what is essentially like the demon contract or the devil contract for the rest of their lives, not realizing how this is going to affect their lives. And then they go into college, and then they get out in like 5 or 6 years or however long they're in college, and they realize that now that they've been paying on this student loan debt at like 7 or 13% interest, that they've barely even scraped away the amount of money they owe this loan.
I'm the most empathetic streamer, so a lot of people, might not know that, but I am. In a way, I feel bad for them because they're being set up.
They don't know any better because they're 18. I feel like you shouldn't even be able to take out a loan that's life ruining like that until you're at least 25. Straight up. Like, you shouldn't be able to take out, like, as an 18-year-old, me and you both know, everyone who has been 18, there ain't no way in hell you would take out $100,000 worth of student loan or loans and know what the hell to do with it. I could now at 25. Sure. Or at 30. Sure. But at 18, you're a fucking kid. You're a child still. Hell, you're practically out of fucking diapers. How the hell are you able to take out $100,000 or $50,000 or $20,000 or hell, even $10,000 worth of debt that is effectively life ruining at the age of 18 before you can even drink? I agree.
Fail.
You shouldn't be able to vote or go into the military. You're 18. You're a kid. You don't even know what real life is, right? Like, 18? Like, I was couch hopping at 18 and finishing high school. And then I worked at Sonic and I afforded a tiny little apartment that was a fucking roach motel. It's terrible. But I was smart enough to know the red flags when people were saying go to college. And I was like, hell no. Bro, I don't even have a car. I don't even have the ability to get like a driver's license. Fuck no. Why the fuck would I want to go to college? Like, you shouldn't even be able to make that decision at 18. Fuck no. I guarantee you, if you had other people that had to sign off on a student loan that big, like your parents or your grandparents or somebody that has to do it with you, like any car, like if you go buy a car, 9 times out of 10, they're going to charge you out the ass unless you have a cosigner. But if they force cosigners on these fucking student loans like this, where the adults that are around you have to offer up property in order for them to do this shit will stop instantaneously. Instantaneously, it will stop.
Administration will somehow forgive their debt, which isn't even a real thing. You're just pushing the debt elsewhere. They are going to become baristas at Starbucks, and they'll do that.
Well, they're probably going to do that with robots soon. So I don't know about that.
For about 6 months, they will then tell you that Starbucks is part of the evil capitalist system. They will strap on a suicide bomb and they will blow up a bus. That's what the future is
God
for
damn.
these people.
Jesus.
I don't know about the last part, but like, it really was a bit much. I've got to watch this. Who attacked us on 9/11?
Doing this interview kind of like shows me like how little I actually knew about it.
But I don't think that it should be an option. I think it should be forced. They need to get rid of like individual like student loans, make it illegal to take out a loan at the age of 18 until you turn 25. Like you can't even rent a truck until you're 25. I feel like if you're going to take on that kind of level of financial debt, you need to know what the fuck you're getting into. And at the age of 18, most people don't. It should be a requirement to use a Parent Plus loan. 100%. It should be. It should be a requirement by law. And if you're alone, like I was, where I couldn't afford to go to college, I mean, I could have taken out a loan then, but I was like, fuck that. Then you don't need to be making that decision to go to college by yourself. Not until you're 25. Because then you end up being alone with $100,000 in student loan debt later in life. You're still in the same position, but it's later in life. No.
It's kind of scary.
Like, I went and became a firefighter at the age of 25. I had to go to college for it. I had no problems. I had to go to a firefighter academy that was paramilitary. I got yelled at, screamed at. It was hot out there. I had to get ready for finals. Half the class was gone because if you fail one final, they kick you from the program. Then I went and did my EMT after that. I did all that at the age of 25. And I have ADHD, depression, tics, fucking impulses, and I got my fucking ass up in that fucking class at the age of 25 and finished it. If I can do it, I know most people can. I'm the dullest, dumbest damn tool in that whole fucking shed. And if my stupid ass can do it, most people can do it. So I know age ain't a fucking problem.
Hey guys, it's Kara Zupkis with Young America's Foundation. As the 21st anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks approaches, we're here at George Mason University where we're talking to students to see just how much they know about what actually happened on September 11th and if they think that their schools are doing a good enough job of teaching what happened on that tragic day.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not fully aware of the whole war part of it, but I do know that Afghanistan, or not necessarily Afghanistan, but the terrorist group, the Taliban and all that shit, and Osama obviously did that. I remember watching a documentary on how they got into the planes and did what they did. But as far as being taught what exactly happened, I don't think that even is being taught. It's at this point, I think it's just word of mouth of like, I think most teachers just kind of wing that part a little bit. There's no actual in-depth history lesson on it.
You know what major anniversary is coming up this weekend?
I do not know.
No, I don't think so.
I am definitely not really sure what's going on.
Honestly, if somebody had asked me, like, I probably wouldn't have answered this one. Like, I feel like the way that you asked that question is like kind of like a major, like, I feel like September 11th is like, yeah, it's an anniversary, but like, you know, like I don't think this is a well-structured question to ask people in order to, like, you know, test their.
I have no idea.
This coming weekend, not Labor Day.
Yeah.
Do not.
Okay.
I do not.
No.
Next.
Not off the top of my head.
No, I'm not aware.
9/11. It's literally in the name. 9/11. 9/11.
Oh, we do not personally. Nope.
Who attacked us on 9/11?
No context. Okay, here we
Who
go.
attacked us? What's the group called?
ISIS.
ISIS, yeah.
A terrorist? I don't know the exact
I
name.
thought it was the Taliban. I'm fairly certain it was the Taliban, wasn't it? Or was it ISIS? No, it could have been ISIS. There's no way. I know it was Osama bin Laden. It was Al Qaeda. It was Al Qaeda. That's what it was. That's right. It's kind of sad that I'm a millennial and I don't fucking know that. I remember whenever they pulled the TV and put it in front. I think it's a little different because depending on if you lived through when that happened as opposed to the afterwards of the history of it, it's different, in my opinion.
Got
okay.
I would say I wonder what they would be answering today, but I think that we know what they would be answering today.
I don't want to say the wrong. Iraq? Afghanistan?
It was,
all right.
I believe,
Yeah, that's
a group of terrorists that hijacked a few planes, flew them into the Twin Towers.
Yeah?
Osama
Got-
bin Laden.
Oh, they know him!
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know like what terrorist group?
Not specifically.
Dude,
no.
hold on, I just gotta think. 1 second.
there's been so many, dude. There's been so fucking many.
Oh yeah. It's been.
I did know, I did.
We were taught this.
Do you know who attacked us on 9/11?
Very loosely, not really.
Oh my god, I'm blanking on
Osama bin Laden and the terrorist group.
Yeah, it's a terrorist group. I just can't remember.
Do you know why they attacked us? Like, what was their reasoning for attacking
That
us?
I don't know. I don't know specifically why. I don't think I've heard anybody talk about why they attacked. Because, like, I grew up in a time where it wasn't, like, talked about in schools. We got to see it happen. Whatever the like I said, the teacher pulled up, like, the TV, and we watched the first one had already happened, And then on the newscast, you could see the other plane hit the tower, right? And we watched that shit live as like fucking elementary fucking students. And it was fucking terrifying to see, that's for damn sure. I remember it so vividly too. Because like they sat us all down and we saw what was going on.
I don't know necessarily the reason. I mean, they're just considered a terrorist group. I guess that's all I really have on that.
I personally have no idea.
Was it a retaliation of someone who was president at the time, like Bush?
Revenge.
For
I don't know, the war they had back then.
I
kind of.
Apparently we were at war with them. That's the thing, I guess. Yeah, no, like even whenever I was talking about it just now, dude, I got chills just thinking about it. Like the time that I grew up with it, they didn't really have. I learned more about 9/11 going to college and learning why they have certain SOPs, standard operating procedures in fire departments when it comes to terrorism, and why they have them about 9/11 and the aftermath than I did in actual school of teachers talking about it. So that's why I'm very like fuzzy, because the only times that I hear about it now are when other people like this talk about it, but I don't fully understand everything that happened. I mean, I know that it was obviously a terrorist attack. Osama had something to do with it. I remember everyone going ballistic because they found Osama and supposedly killed him, and they didn't have any pictures of it, so everyone was like, there's no proof. There's no proof, bullshit, this and that. And I know that. But as far as, like, going through any classes where they talked about it, there was nothing like that.
True. Like, I mean, it's what some of them said. I mean, I feel like that's kind of the best answer we've had so far.
I guess
Because, like, it was during, like, I went to school when it happened. So, obviously, it was too soon to put it in the books that you would go over. So, maybe there's more in-depth bits that they've added.
Terrorize, I don't know, I guess.
Probably not. We try to bring our country down, I guess. Because one of the reasons for that, trying to cause chaos. I wasn't born then.
I don't know. I really don't know.
it was kind of a, what's it called? They're trying to
I mean, you can get the reason, at least I could, just by thinking of the definition of terrorism, which they were. They most likely attacked the Twin Towers because of the government's political views and ideologies, and they wanted to instill terrorism into the people that support it. Just like these fucking sickos that go and cause all these riots in LA and all these places now. Well, ICE is trying to get this shit cleaned up. Like, that's basically, like, backwards, like, taking it apart, going backwards with it.
kind of moral.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no. This isn't a college campus. Trying to, fucking,
I can't really make fun of them like that because I kind of understand where they're coming from, especially if, like, it's just nobody talks about it, especially if it's not in schools. And like, even if they did talk about it, it's so brief.
The
only reason why we went over it at the academy was because of, like, threats of terrorism and, oh, fuck. It's where you have a massive incident and you have a bunch of casualties and hurt people. Triage. They really covered it in triage as to what to do when you've got an incident like that. That's the only reason why we even went over it.
The
morals and everything.
Yeah, they don't really cover any of the world wars either. Like, they do, but they don't really, like, cover it. They, like, go over it so briefly that shit, like
Something like that.
Something
we
like
believe
that.
over wars and things that people had going on between the both countries.
Yeah,
I don't know. I know
kind
they were
of,
just like extremists or something about the government.
They're
I don't
like
know.
crazy or something.
Do you think that schools, generally speaking, are doing a good enough job of teaching students about the importance of this anniversary and the
I think with these sunglasses, this guy's going to be based.
significance of what happened that day?
Not really. I remember only being taught about it twice, once in like 5th grade, the second time in 9th grade, and since then I haven't really heard much at all about it. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like you can see I forgot everything. So they probably should teach just a little bit more about what happened and why it's so important.
Which really sucks because like they already pack so much into every class. They pack so much into every class, dude.
All right.
I think if
self-awareness, yeah, respectable.
Sure, it can be improved on. I think it's just like taught as.
It was the sunglasses, bro. Like, remember what I said before? Like, whenever you see one of those women with like those winged glasses, you know that you're about to hear some stupid shit, right?
No, you want to hear something crazy? Think about this. If you were born in 2007, you're 18 now.
Right.
That'll make you feel real old.
If the aviators are the opposite.
Happened, and we should just know that it happened, which is so unfortunate. Like right now, like I can't give you a full-on answer about the event, which is honestly quite tragic.
They don't really teach about it, and like doing this interview kind of like shows me like how little I actually knew about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary because it was such like a huge event that still is affecting the U.S.
I suppose not, given I don't know, so I guess not.
I personally don't think so, because I have no idea really the reasoning behind it.
No.
I haven't really heard of it much outside of like the anniversary of 9/11.
God damn.
So
here's something else that'll fuck with your mind. Did you know that the number of people that are older than you will never be bigger? So the amount of people that are older than you will only ever get smaller. Let that sit around in your brain and rattle. So and that's everywhere in the world. So like that number of people that are above the age, like above you, that number is always getting smaller. It never gets bigger.
I feel like high schools aren't really doing much
No, this is the reason everybody says, oh, well, how can you want to get rid of the Department of Education? Well, there you go.
Educate the students.
I think that they need to get out the No Child Left Behind rule. They need to tear that shit down. They do. They absolutely need to get rid of that. 100%.
I kind of think there's a big issue of it becoming like
This is why.
moral panic in a way to marginalize a group of people.
I don't believe so.
Thank God they cut her off.
We are currently too focused about the political correctness.
Fucking base.
I'm gonna use the bathroom. Be back. Okay, we bake. Damn, it's already 11. Damn, bro. Oh, damn. Look at that. Perfect. Boom. Let's get it. Check out Midwest Safety. Awesome channel. Check them out.
They done went in the Mad Butcher shooting mother. He trying to shoot the police.
On June
It's probably gonna be a bad one, boys. It's probably gonna be a bad one, so lock in.
21st, 2024, officers with
Cops hunt down Arkansas mass killer.
multiple departments in Fordyce, Arkansas received a 911 call about an active shooter at a grocery store. Moments later, officers encountered the gunman.
Oh, damn.
I've been shot! I've been shot! By Rent-A-Center!
Jesus. Ooh, we gotta be careful with how much we show. Gotta be careful. God damn!
There's somebody lying in the parking lot, shot.
Jesus! God damn, bro. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Jesus fucking Christ. We gotta be careful. We can't show. It went up to 90 shots.
In your arm? Where's your tourniquet? Where at in your arm? I don't know. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Right there. You're fine, Tom. Me eyes. Keep both of them. Come on. I need shit out my eyes. No. You got shot in the face a little bit, looks like. It's gonna fucking hurt, buddy. How are you, buddy? It's gonna hurt. Okay. I'm hurting. I'm missing a fucking tooth. It's all right. All right, buddy. On your side. On your side. On your side. Here. Right there. You're fine, buddy. Get me some air. Everybody they got. Is that the only place you think you're hit?
God damn, bro.
Yeah, I can only see one. Okay.
That's crazy.
Let's get that, get his mask off of him. Let's start taking him out. Side zip right here. Hey, you're losing a little bit of blood down there. Yeah.
Man, it's getting to the point where we're gonna have little mini turrets on the fucking houses, man.
Hey, we need to take a wounded. One of our guys is hit. Okay. Can you transport an officer to the hospital? Yeah. Go get him over here.
Well, where's the hospital at?
Liver down, buddy. Let's go. Who's in this car? I'll get you with it. 304 to 101. Do y'all need help?
There's a fight. Somebody else has got a gun.
I don't know what happened. I just got.
I've been shot.
Yeah, but we're here at the hospital. We got him on a stretcher. He's going into the hospital.
A white man come in shooting, and he done shot several people.
Jesus.
At our only store.
Oh my God.
This man over here, he shot is like 3 or 4 times. This lady in the parking lot, she might be dead, y'all.
I got shot in the face too, Kristen.
Oh my God, he is shot in the face.
He's got a wound to the back of the head and the side of the head.
that the one you need?
Yes.
Here's your gloves.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of like skimming through this because there's only so much of the blood that you can show in a YouTube video. And I don't want any problems from this, so
Who was he? What did you come here to do this for?
where's the shooter? Did they get the shooter already?
I'm gonna go get my bigger IFAC, okay? Y'all need more than that?
Maybe.
Man, they got this guy out here in a fucking in a fucking vest and in a shirt, barely wearing a shirt. Bro was just in the vicinity and heard things going bad.
I'm gonna go get my bigger.
Why can't they put him on a stretcher?
Come here. Another update. Come here. Clean, secure for personnel.
That's a good question, actually. Hold on.
Why can't they put him on a stretcher?
If they don't know where the gunman is, they're not going to send in fire or EMS. And they're not going to do it because the scene's not safe. That's why. They got to get that. They got to get the gunman. I would assume that they don't know where he's at now.
Another update. Come here. Clean, secure for personnel to go inside. Come on, 12 o'clock.
488, we're up.
Man, is this lady dead? This lady haven't even moved yet.
You got open in the back?
Yeah.
Father of potential victim.
488 Little Rock.
See my daughter? Man, my daughter's in there. How's my daughter? You f***ing assholes!
Oh, I bet that man was pissed, brother.
That's the older one.
I don't know how many are down.
Hey,
Man! And another ambulance to come to the front of Mad Butcher. I don't know how many are down.
hey,
Man!
man, I just want to know how my daughter is.
One thing at a time, like, golly, dude.
Why'd you handcuff him? Yeah, why'd you handcuff him?
That's why I say, Lord, our life is too short. You never know what can happen.
So he must still be inside of the store.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna need some help over there.
See if you can kick that door open when we get her out.
It's gummed up with glass.
I'm in the yard nurse and they told me to come inside.
Hey, let's push. Watch out, Billy. Watch out.
If you don't know, those doors are meant to do that. They do have to be replaced once you do that to those doors, but they are meant to swing open and close. Those are the automatic doors that you walk into, and they open up automatically, right? They either open this way or they open like that. They're meant to do that for that reason right there. It's by law they're required to do that in case the power goes out or something happens.
Billy.
That's one of the things that I went over as a firefighter that they tell you about. Like the reason why you have those push bars on doors is because of a crowd that had gotten crazy and a bunch of people were crushed and killed. That's why they have those safety bars. Like if you back up into it and you push it with your back, it'll automatically open. Certain types of buildings have to have those. That's why you see them a lot in schools.
They got air
It's like for buildings that have certain, how the building is, first and foremost, how the building is, how it's made, and the occupancy determine the kind of doors they're allowed to have.
I got this. Here, one, two. Here, I'll get over. Let's go.
The one in the parking lot, heaven right now is all I know.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I wouldn't have done that in any other circumstance, man. I'm just worried about my daughter. Is my only kid.
That was a female.
Come on. This is the next one. That's it.
She's active.
Hey, is she? You know if Sheila's all right?
Huh?
You know if Sheila's all right?
I have no idea. I don't know about anybody.
Please come let me out. Who's that?
1, 2.
Ooh, this is a badass incident. When you got the fucking police officers putting people in the back of their fucking cars, like where's EMS at? What the hell's going on here? The fuck is EMS?
Hey, man.
This is either a podunk town that has little to no EMS, or there is a lot going on and they don't know how to direct people.
Please, hey man, hey! Hey!
Coming 98 from the hospital in Fordyce. Go back over here and check on the scene. If everybody's getting
I kind of feel bad for that guy, dude. He is panicked. Like, he's just trying to figure out what's going on. Trying to figure out where his kid is, bro. I'd be doing the same shit. I'd be breaking out that fucking car. Bro, let me find out. I'd be busting out of that motherfucking car. I wouldn't give a fuck. I don't know why the hell they handcuffed that man. Why the hell they handcuff him? That's irritating.
I'll take a lap.
Where's the shooter?
The corner. One in the corner. A casualty in the corner.
Oh shit.
No. My knowledge, anyway.
Has this been cleared?
No, to my knowledge, anyway. Highway police!
Sheriff's officer, show yourself! Police department! Stand down!
Clear. Clear.
That's a tall ass guy right there, man.
Sheriff's office! Ready to go.
Come over, Sheila. It's okay.
You're okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Hey. Here. Mr. Roberts here, okay? You want to see him? Okay, follow me, okay? We'll get your tongue. I gotta pull my gun now, okay? Miss Sheila Marie.
Jesus Christ.
You hug my back, okay? That's where the protection is. Billy! Keep your eyes closed. Hey, we're bringing them out. Bringing them out. They've been in that cooler. Hey, Mike. Oh, where's my... We got one right there in the corner. To my right, to my right.
Okay. EMS has responded and all that good stuff, right? Yes, yes. They're still escorting people out of this store, so the shooting part is over. It's response now. Yes, it's clean up. Awesome.
Miss Sheila, can you hear me? Right here. Here's Robert. Okay? Here he is. He's in that cooler.
You have traffic for me?
Who the fuck is the shooter?
Can you
you loosen these cuffs a little bit? My daughter in there. That's my only kid, man. I wouldn't have never done that if it hadn't been for these circumstances. Please loosen these up so I can... My family's calling me to see what's going on. Please,
Who the fuck is
man.
this? Is he the shooter?
I'm fine. I won't do nothing else. I'm fine.
No, he can't be. There's no way.
Water? Parking lot. There you go. If he comes this way, do not let him in the store. All right, Shaw, you heard that? David's about to go tell him because they're family. Do not let him dead in the back. David's about to go tell him because they're family. Do not let him in the store. Big guy in the black shirt, he's right down in the middle. So. Find Royce. He needs to move his truck. Okay.
They're going to have to take pictures. We can't move. No, yeah,
I'm gonna go grab mine. Okay, I've heard you the 500 times, man. Cuffs up here.
You'll have to talk to Jordan about it. Go ahead, brother. Miss Betty, are you okay?
Yeah. We gotta keep people from coming in here.
Oh, yeah.
It could get bad. Go get your gun long ago.
Excuse me.
Yeah, my bad.
Know how my daughter is. That's all I want to know.
We cleared this earlier, yeah.
Okay, we did everything all the way around except for that office right there. Yeah, there was two in the back, down in the meat building.
No kidding.
Two old ladies. Yeah, we got them out.
We have one body back here.
I know, in the corner.
Yeah. Okay, I was just wanting to make sure you know.
Make way!
Casualties. I know how you can shoot. Car.
I fell trying to get to the cooler and my arm is hurt.
Have you looked at it?
No, but it's hurting on the inside.
Right here?
All
I think you hit right here. Yeah, did you see that?
I'm scared.
Hello?
You say it. I don't know who your daughter is, or what she looks like, or even where she is.
She's got long, kind of grayish hair. I'm bleeding. These cuffs have got me bleeding back here. Can you loosen them a little bit?
Jordan, the tall, skinny deputy running around.
Come on.
They got him assault on an officer, all I know. You can get some ice on your shoulder. Yeah.
And he taking me to jail?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, come on.
Are you going to transfer him to jail?
Yeah.
And he taking me to jail?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
This shit's so irritating.
I'm transporting right now.
Okay. All right. Who is this?
I don't know.
And my daughter was in there, and I...
He's got assaulting an officer and something else.
What about the one behind you? Are you transporting one as well?
I really want to know how my daughter is, man. My only kid.
Wrong. Go ahead.
Apparently, none of these deputies know this guy or anything like that, and apparently he went in there. Apparently 4 or 5 people got shot. That officer got shot. I think his name was Ryan. Ryan Johnson. I think so. Mom's name Brenda or something like that. I don't know any of them over there anymore. Okay, and then they put this guy in the back of Oliver's car, apparently he got into a fight with a cop up there, so one of the deputies or something. So we're here at the jail. I'm gonna go help him get.
I ain't never been in jail before in my life.
Be in there too, wouldn't you?
Oh, here we go. Holy shit. Damn, what the fuck? Did he ever actually enter the store? No, he did. Jesus, man. Bro, you just let him do that? You didn't say nothing to that man? Could have got him out of there. Fucking bitch roached out, man. Jesus. So did they actually get this piece of shit? Played dead.
Were able to neutralize the shooter. By the time officers were able to neutralize the shooter, he had taken the lives of 4 people and injured 11 others, including injuring 2 police officers. Midwest Safety does not identify mass shooters. The suspect was a 44-year-old male who had only 1 prior arrest in 2011 for misdemeanor criminal possession of a weapon. Authorities were unable to establish any connection between the shooter and his victims, and no motive to the shooting was ever established. He was arrested and charged with 4 counts of capital murder and 11 counts of attempted capital murder. He was held without bond and pleaded not guilty.
What the
13
fuck?
months later, the suspect changed his plea to guilty and was convicted on all counts. The defendant was sentenced to 4 life terms, 1 for each murder, as well as 220 years for the 11 counts of attempted murder. The decision to pursue life in prison over the death penalty was a unanimous decision among the victims' families. The defendant is currently serving his sentence at the Varner Supermax unit.
You have to understand, the thing that makes this so personal and so difficult is that these officers and deputies that responded to the scene, these are their friends, their neighbors. One thing that stuck out to me is I've reviewed some of the statements from the officers involved, from the victims involved. They don't refer to the victims generically. They're calling them by name. They know these people. They're their friends, they're their neighbors, they're their families. So it makes it particularly difficult in a situation like this.
Especially that looks like a small town. Especially in a small town like that. Yo.
Everyone personally, from the suspect to the victims on scene. So it makes it very difficult.
And when bullets rip through a place of peace, there's no time for hesitation. The difference between survival and strategy often comes down to training, instinct, and the courage of a few ordinary people who refuse to freeze in the face of terror. Now, for law enforcement, this reality is non-negotiable. Staying sharp on active shooter training isn't optional. It's life or death. And sadly, officers were not immune from the danger here. 2 were shot and wounded while dealing with the threat. And that's what separates training from theory, because in the horror of an active shooter...
So he ended up getting away from all that and he was out like running around and stuff. That's terrifying that they weren't able to neutralize that fuck. Like, I get that it's a small town and all, but man, that is some spooky shit right there. I guess he went home and started drinking a six-pack, and I'd imagine that's where they got him, huh? I mean, they actually arrested him and put him in jail, which is fantastic, but...
The ones with the badge and the gun.
That is just mind-blowing, dude. Holy crap. So the guy rolled in there, shot up the place, left. They never found a reason why he did it. He never talked about why he did it. And then pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of fucking murder. Oh, no, for sure. I mean, obviously, there's no way you would be able to, like, know what the hell's going on until you got there. But, like, I think that guy, that cop at the beginning, he had an assault rifle. Let me see. Because I see the strap for it.
Enforcement, this reality is non-negotiable, staying sharp on active shooter training while dealing with the threat, life or death. And sadly, officers...
Yeah, he has an assault rifle. Nah, the one of the responding cops at the beginning that got shot, he has a rifle. So they probably did respond with their rifles, but they just didn't know how to respond to it, if that makes any sense. Like, they didn't know... They didn't know who the shooter was and where they needed to be in order to not get shot themselves, which is understandable, and it's not a fault of their own. But I do feel like with a little bit more training, that could have been prevented, personally. Because he was walking out in the open and immediately got shot, which...
From the danger here, 2 were shot and wounded while dealing with the threat. And that's what separates training from theory, because in the horror of an active shooter, even the ones with the badge and a gun can be cut down. Now, at the 30-minute mark of this video, we see a man swing open the loading dock door, creating a lifeline for dozens of people trapped inside. And in that
But he should have said something.
His decision transformed mayhem into a path toward survival. And I want to acknowledge Mr. Silas Compton because he made a bold choice. He shot it at the gunman, pulling the shooter's focus onto himself. And that dangerous act bought others just enough time to flee out the loading dock. And that's a chilling reminder of the risk that people take.
Look at that. Did you hear that?
I want to acknowledge Mr. Silas Compton because he made a bold choice. He shot it at the gunman, pulling the shooter's focus onto himself. And that dangerous...
Just imagine how much different that would have been as if he had a firearm and the shooter's back was turned to him. Think about how much different that would have been if that man, instead of having a cell phone in his hand, he had
Silas
a gun.
Compton, because he made a bold choice.
And he fired, shot, and killed that shooter. See? That's one of the reasons why I always carry. I always fucking carry. When I leave this apartment, when I always left the house that I stayed at, I always carried. I did not give a fuck. I always carry. And it ain't got nothing to do with being brave or all this other bullshit. Motherfucker, if you gonna take me out, I'm gonna go down with bullets flying. I have been in fires. I have helped out people. I am not gonna die with a bullet and not know that I'm not going out without a fight. You best believe I'm going out with a fight. I may die, but I'm taking something with me.
And that dangerous act bought others just enough time to flee out the loading dock. And that's a chilling reminder of the risk that people...
I haven't had much in my life, to be quite frank. I haven't. I really haven't. And to see somebody like that go in there and take other people's lives? Nope.
will take in moments where the officers are expected to step forward. And this store isn't just a grocery store, it's actually the heartbeat of a small Arkansas town, and it's the place where neighbors cross paths daily. And when it closed for 11 days after the shooting, it left a void that was felt across the entire community. And for law enforcement, that fact carries weight because when tragedy hits, it doesn't just wound individuals, it destabilizes everyday life of an entire town. But here's the thing, when the store went dark, the community lit up because out of the worst kind of darkness, people stood shoulder to shoulder and proved that evil does not win. Our hearts sincerely go out to the families who lost loved ones, to the injured, and to all the families.
And what's crazy is he didn't even have a fucking motive. Bro just woke up that morning and chose violence. That's fucking crazy. And then pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of murder. That's fucking awful. Man, that really upsets me, goddammit. What a great video, by the way. W Midwest Safety. I don't think I've had a video yet that hasn't hit, you know. What a great video. All right. I'm going to roll out of here for the day. Enough of that. I will be back on tomorrow. Great stream. Whew. Lot happening, lot going on, a lot of crazies. And we'll be back. Stay safe out there. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day. But I'm out of here, boys. Peace. I know tomorrow's already Wednesday, bro. Crazy.